Welcome viewers to an interview with the Sidebrook Cast. I am your host, Anne-Marie G. Properzio, and with me are Jerry O'Sullivan, Gianna Ray, and Michael Mari. Jerry, let's start with you. Would you mind telling us about the music and where it originated?
Sure, Anne-Marie. Well, really, the genesis of the piece was a visit to my cousin Anne Lawrence and her husband Pat in Sidebrook House, which is in Mullingar in the Midlands in Ireland. And that was just about a year ago. It was Thanksgiving of 2022 that I was there and had a wonderful time, had a wonderful day, wonderful hospitality, wonderful welcome. And my cousin Anne, as a joke, had said to me, why don't you write a piece for me? So I said I would, but she thought I was kidding as well. But I thought it was a nice thank you for a wonderful day and wonderful hospitality. So it was December 20th of 2023 that, and I was in Ireland. I was in Ireland for Christmas, so I was actually in my grandfather's parish. And I wrote Sidebrook in about 20 minutes. And what I was going for was combination English Baroque and Irish folk synthesis, which was appropriate, given that Sidebrook's an Anglo-Irish home. So I was trying to really tailor the music to the setting and to the people. And again, just as a thank you, go for something happy, something pastoral, happy, reflective of the Irish countryside. That's what I was aiming for.
And listening to the piece, there are a lot of instruments involved. And did you play all of them?
I did the woodwinds, Anne-Marie. I did the whistle, the flute, the uilleann pipes. My buddy Gabe Donahue is a wizard with keyboard and stringed instruments, and he also played some accordion in there. So, organ, bouzouki, guitar, bass, accordion, everything's in there, done very tastefully.
No, listening to it, you do hear all the beautiful voices, and it comes together so incredibly well. I was very impressed by that. How about you, Michael? I know after listening to this piece, what were your thoughts?
I was just taken with it. The beauty of the melody astounded me, and I said, this piece is intended for a very wide audience. I knew it would resonate with the folk music audience. I knew it would resonate with the Irish music audience. But there was something about the piece that said, no, you must go beyond those two groups. This is meant for the world. And that's where I thought, to bring this to a large audience, to bring it to a wide audience, it needed to be made into a video. And when I heard it, I thought of Ireland, and I thought we want to show some of the beauty of the Irish countryside, and we want to show the beauty also of the United States, because Jerry is a product of the United States and of Ireland. And that's why we shot half of it in Ireland. Half the footage is in Ireland, and half the footage was shot in Connecticut.
And lastly, Gianna, you had the privilege of bringing to life this music in a very special way. Would you mind sharing about what that experience was like for you?
Yeah, of course. So in choreographing this dance, Mr. Mari contacted me because we previously worked together on another dance shoot, and he sent me the music, and I listened to it a few times, and I thought it was very beautiful, and I thought it worked really well with my dance style. I do ballet and lyrical mostly, and so I thought that this was definitely something that I could choreograph too. And in my choreography, my process is I like to listen to the piece multiple times. I like to get a good understanding of it, and then slowly, while I continue to play it, I like to start moving a little bit, see what works, see what doesn't, and then that process then leads me to a fully choreographed piece. And that's what I did here, and I'm really proud of the choreography I created.
Now, was this your first time working with Irish music? And what was that experience like for you with your background in ballet and the other dances?
This was my first time working with Irish music, but I felt like it came very naturally. I didn't feel like I had like many challenges at all in terms of creating the piece.
Well, thank you for sharing, Gianna.
Of course.
Having shared all of that, I know throughout the production of this music video, you experienced a few setbacks or challenges. Jerry, did you experience any sort of setback throughout the production?
Well, I probably got away the lightest of any of the people who've worked on this, Anne-Marie. Actually, as I mentioned before, Sidebrook really wrote itself. I had a clear idea of the general feel of the piece, but I really feel in retrospect, Sidebrook really wrote itself. I feel like the scribe and Sidebrook already existed. I just happened to be the guy who wrote it down. So I got away very lightly. It literally 20 minutes, 25, less than half an hour. Just sort of did it phrase by phrase, came up with the phrase I liked, came up, with a statement I liked, and then an answer to that, and kept going like a jigsaw puzzle. And it really wrote itself. So again, I got away light in the whole process. A lot of the hard work was done by Jonna and Mike, really, and Jeff and company. They did the hard work on this. But Jonna, what you did it was wonderful to me to see how you interpreted Sidebrook. It was perfect what you did. I was thinking of something, again, sort of rustic Irish countryside, but yet courtly, and you captured it perfectly. What were the challenges for you?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think definitely adding the dance element to this video and also being out in nature was a challenge in itself, especially the day that we were filming was the first time I was in that space, so I had no idea what the terrain was going to look like, and in that, performing outside, there was definitely an element of like spontaneity in terms of what moves would work outside and like kind of adjusting to the floor and how that's different from like even a dance studio floor. And I think that definitely brought like a beautiful element to the video because I was having to take how I was feeling outside and the choreography I created inside and kind of create like a new dance outside and being filmed. And as well as because we were doing it outside and because I was going to be dancing on grass, we did have to push back filming for the rain date because it was originally raining on when we were supposed to film. And then lastly, because we filmed later in the summer than we expected, we were also competing with the sun, and I was having to like shift over where I was dancing every few minutes just so that we can get the right shot. But I think in that and with those challenges, it created like just a beautiful piece in itself that has personality because of where it was shot.
Well, it sounds like despite the setbacks, you were able to still put together a beautiful piece. And I know it all came together with the video. Michael, were there any other, did you feel like your work was blessed in any particular way throughout the process?
Absolutely. I think the first great blessing was the cast and the crew. This was my dream team, and I feel the Lord just brought each member of the cast and crew to me. And that was blessing number one. And I think the second blessing was the smallest member of the cast, the 22-month-old baby that I just met in a drugstore with her family one day, and never thinking that they would end up being part of the show, and they were. And maybe the last thing was, I think, when Jeff gently, the director photographer, gently told me that my plans to shoot in Westchester were maybe not the best plans, and I should look for a garden setting, because the garden would match the footage in Ireland better. And we went up to the Bartlett Arboretum, where we were welcomed by Mr. K and his staff, and they did every possible thing to make it a success for us.
Thank you for sharing, Michael. Well, it's been a pleasure discussing the production of Sidebrook with all three of you. We hope you enjoyed this interview with the Sidebrook cast. Thank you for watching.